Welcome back, everybody. Farewell Ella Bella is a new film about that boasts an all-female production team. As we approach Women's Month, the film is befitting. Well, it tells the story of a woman who has lost a lot in herself, her career and her life for caring for her sick father. Her hope is once more revived after meeting her godfather, who she hasn't seen in many, many years. And with the help of her godfather, Ella is given a second chance at life, and she embarks on a journey in search of healing and to bury the past. Written and directed by Lwazi Mvusi, Farewell Ella Bella is a story about forgiveness, accomplishment and self-realization. But to tell us more about the film, we're joined in studio by Director Lwazi Mvusi and actress Noluthando Meje. Very good morning to you, ladies, and a warm welcome.
Thank you. Morning. I'm Noluthando.
Noluthando, right?
It's fine. Noluthando casted us, so it's fine. It's fine.
My bad.
No worries.
So good to see you, girls.
Good to see you too.
Yeah.
Fresh and light.
Yeah. That's how we roll. That's how we roll. I'm going to start with you. Why did you decide to write this film? What is the inspiration behind it?
The inspiration about it, so it's a road trip movie, and it's inspired by a road trip that I took with my family. Shout out to my mom, it's her birthday today.
Happy birthday.
A trip with my mom through from the Western Cape to Johannesburg, and I was just inspired by all these towns that we drove past that usually you don't think about who these people are and their stories you don't really get to see. And I was just intrigued by the people living in the sort of forgotten parts of the country and what their struggles might be, and the story just naturally came out of that.
Yeah, I'm curious to know about the thought processes before and during writing this film.
I mean, it was really telling a story of a young woman that I think breaks a bit the mold of how women are represented in South African cinema. So it's a young woman who is just trying to figure herself out, trying to figure her own life out, which isn't particularly dramatic or sensational, but it's very important for young women to see that, you know, our struggles are valid, even if they're considered to be small sometimes, they are still valid. The things that we go through as women, that we're not always perfect, we're not always strong, but we're always trying to do the best that we can. And Ella's a character who's just always trying.
Right. Now, Noluthando, take us through your character.
My character, she spoke about being dramatic. My character is quite dramatic. And, you know, with a road trip or with anything in life, there are always those ups and downs, and there's always those moments or that thing that just shakes things up. And I'm that thing. She's the shaker. I'm that shaker of things.
Well, apart from the mover and shaker, what sort of resonance do you strike with the character?
I think you always just, what resonance I strike with the character, it's just, you wonder about what's this girl's story? Yeah. And it just stays there. Yeah. You know? Yeah.
She's an enigma. She's someone that they pick up along the way, and she makes them change their perspective about things a little bit. Sometimes it's someone who doesn't know you at all and has a completely different perspective to yourself that actually makes you look at yourself in a different way, and she's kind of a mirror in that regard to the main characters.
And having said that, how do you manage to, you know, to capture the imagination of those who are watching the film and then bring it to life?
I mean, I've been someone who's been captured by the imagination of other filmmakers. I've been everyone's been watching TV, but I've been serious about watching movies and television since I was very, very young. And I mean, that's what I love about films, is that you can really capture the imagination, and you can really talk about characters and places that have nothing to do with you at all. You can invent all of these things, but you use them to tell stories about real people. And that was the exciting part of doing that for me. So it was just about putting myself in the shoes of characters who are completely different to myself, who would make completely different decisions, and seeing where their story naturally goes to.
Yeah, and it talks about self-realization and forgiveness, and it is particularly befitting since we're going to Women's Month.
It is indeed, because I feel also, you know, Lwazi is a young female director. It's very important in that regard, and it speaks a lot.
Yeah. And just looking at you and just hearing you speak, I would imagine the kind of character, the kind of energy and dynamism that you'll be injecting into this particular film. Should we look forward to it?
You should indeed. Look, with the character, I said at the DIF press conference, I said that, you know, I could have gone overboard, but I didn't. I played it very here because I had to be very, you know, sacred about it. Watch the movie and see how I fit into the story. I really don't want to say much because then I'll be giving away
spoilers.
Yeah,
I love surprises, actually.
Yeah,
let's do that. I love surprises.
Watch the movie, and yeah, it's an interesting. That's why I'm the Wonder Girl.
It's an interesting dynamic.
Yeah.
Now, Lwazi, it's an all-female production team. Was that a conscious decision?
Well, the production company we work with is a female production company. And so the production office was all women there. And then in terms of the crew, a lot of the decision makers, the key decision makers, so myself, the DOP, makeup, casting, script supervision, were all females, all female HODs. And it wasn't that it was necessarily a conscious decision. We had done a slate with the NFEF in 2013-14 that was a slate about empowering women who work in the industry who don't usually get an opportunity to be HODs. So we worked with a lot of women who were really talented for my short film, a 24-minute film. So when we made this feature film, I had those relationships with those women naturally. And they're all incredibly talented and so great at what they do in their own right. And so it was, for me, it just felt like the natural thing to bring them along to come and now make this film.
What is it that you want those who will be watching the film to take away from it?
You know, when you're talking about the idea of forgiveness, the idea that, you know, it's not over until it's over. There's always an opportunity for a second chance at life. And you should never let the issues of your past stop you from having that second chance in the future.
Briefly, details, when it will be released?
17th of August, Ster-Kinekor.
Ster-Kinekor, New Metro, some independent cinemas, but nationwide. Yes. Check it out.
Please.
It's a great, just fun South African story that everyone and anyone can relate to.
Yeah.
You've just aroused my curiosity. Tell you what, I'll be there.
Thank you.
Sure?
I'll definitely be there.
Our premiere is on the 6th of August. I'm holding it too because we are live.
I like that. Thank you, ladies. Thank you. Really appreciate it. That was Lwazi Mvusi and Noluthando Meje talking to us about the film Farewell Ella Bella. The film will officially be in cinemas on the 17th of August. This is Morning Live. Let's go for coffee now, shall we?